Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for yet another episode of the Creatives Podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, Simone Campbell.
And I am your other co-host, Tevin Brown.
And today we have on a special guest. We have the casting director for Mid-Thunder Casting, as well as a stunt extraordinaire herself. Thank you so much for joining us, Victoria Cadwallader. And also very stylishly, I might add. I was complimenting you before, but yeah, the vibe is so cool. You're welcome. So we always like to dive in, hearing a little bit more about your background and how you dove into the creative industry to begin with.
Okay, so I went to NMSU, got my bachelor's in digital filmmaking, and then wasted no time, moved here the next month to get into film. Had no idea about anything. I didn't know anyone in film. I didn't even know what a grip was, ironically, even though we went to film school. So then I started out as a stand-in. That was my first show on The Messengers, which was in 2013. And then from there, I met a bunch of grips, and I got in with them and got my days as a grip, and then a rigging grip on Scorch Trials, where we were on like the 40-foot scaffolding.
Nice. Sweet.
And yeah, that's where I got into the union for the local 480. And then from there, I went to set deck for many years. And then from set deck, finally linked back. My senior project was for casting. I did like a casting database. And one of my friends from college, who I'm actually working with right now, just recommended me for the assistant position, and I interviewed and I got to be part of a casting team, which was awesome. I did that from like 2016 to 2019. Briefly went back to set deck, then props. And then all concurrently, I was doing stunts at the same time. My first stunt was in 2014 on Scorch Trials. So that was all. It was just a really exciting time.
Like everything all at once.
Yes.
So cool.
And so yeah, so I like got into SAG, got into local 480, and then I finally got to link up with Angelique Mid-Thunder, who was like my dream casting person to work with, and I started working for her as an associate, and then we partnered after that, and we've been partners ever since. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Sorry, that was a very long answer.
No, not at all.
And it was incredible. That's also incredible. So you were doing both. So you were doing rigging, grip, and stunts for Scorch Trials?
It was amazing. I got my first stunt, but it was like a week long because I was just beat bopping around. I did crafty, props, stunts, rigging, grip, all the things. It was like my first banger of a show. So. I definitely didn't waste any time either doing all the crafts, but
yeah, totally.
Yeah,
I love that so much, and I love kind of just the whole journey and how everything kind of circled around to you getting into casting directing, but also by the time you got there, you had already kind of done all of the different departments and understood so much just kind of film production as a whole piece. Do you feel like kind of like working so much of like the 480 positions and everything helped you once you got to casting directing?
I think it made me really appreciate it because I actually do love working on set. I loved set deck. It just kind of killed my lower back, but and the hours were really hard because it was like manual labor for 12 and a half hours a day, and I would work 6 days and 7th days. But yeah, that was like a different time, and so I think it helps me have major perspective, like whenever we're working with all the different departments, like I know how it all works on the other sides of things. So I think it's just really helpful, and makes me kind of like well-rounded, because some people have only done one department, and it can, if you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it so much.
Absolutely. Well, I'm curious, especially since you've dipped your toe into so many different pools within the film industry. What do you love about film?
Well, I'm a horror junkie.
I was catching the vibe. Yeah, like the knife tattoos on the thighs.
I think just like getting to read scripts, like that's one of my absolute favorite things about casting, because I think sometimes for like set deck, I had no idea what was going on. And with casting, you get the script right up front, and we get to read the whole thing, and you get to like imagine it, and it's just really cool seeing it all come to life. I just really love all of it. Like it's always just been, I really couldn't imagine myself doing anything else.
Totally. And it's such a vibrant community too, and that energy is just, it's infectious, right?
Yeah, and everyone's just so quirky. Like, I love that we can have tattoos and people have personalities, and it's just really, I don't know, unique as a industry.
Totally.
I think that's so fantastic. And I guess because you kind of touched on it with kind of how you received the script. So for those unfamiliar, what kind of goes into your process for casting, directing?
Well, obviously we get the script. A lot of it is collaborating with the producers, directors, all of that. We have a lot of meetings, and it's pretty much what they want. And then from there, we just take it in a creative way. Like, I love to do, Angelique's the same way, but we like to do out of the box options for roles. And it's really fun to work with directors and producers that don't have a cookie cutter example for each role, because we get to be creative and kind of throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. And that's it's really fun, and every team is different. Like, we've worked with some really incredible people. One of them was Opus. The director was just amazing, and it was the first project we did out of the strike, and so it was just really special. And they bought us full hiking outfits for the crew, and we got to go on a group hike.
Nice.
Stuff like that.
That's so
It's
cool.
just every project is so different, and so we just go through our creative process with everyone. We kind of have to just read the room and figure out what they want, and we work around that.
I like it. Wow, yeah, it's, again, there's just so many different pieces to latch onto. What has been a project that has been really special for you, or maybe one of your favorites?
I would say Opus was one of them. Love Lies Bleeding was another one.
Wow.
I finally actually got to see it in the little theater in Nob Hill.
The Guild?
Yeah, and
I love the Guild.
I couldn't exactly picture how they were going to do the giant woman at the end. It kind of gave me Dude, Where's My Car vibes, but I couldn't picture it, and it came out so good. So I love reading the wild and crazy horror / psychological scripts where you go, how are they going to do this? And then they do it, and you're like, okay.
You're
I see where you're going. I was a little confused. But yeah, I would say any of the horror scripts, it's my jam. I wish we could do more. And just hearing Ari Aster, we did Eddington. He is one of my favorite directors of all time. So it was cool to see his creative process and just see him just pew, pew, pew. It was so cool.
I bet. Yeah, Ari Aster, his brain is a twisted labyrinth that fascinates and terrifies me at the same time. On a really fundamental level, but incredibly creative. So I can imagine that was so cool to be in that energy. Sweet.
Yeah.
So with the highs and lows of film and just how everything kind of comes and goes, what have been, through the different kind of positions you've taken on and everything, what have been some of your favorite moments just working in the film industry?
One I can remember very distinctively, it was a stunt I got to do with also, and I'm terrible with names, so I'm not going to remember, but it was for the movie called Lullaby, and I got to work with one of my favorite horror directors, but as a stunt person. And I truly, that night, I kind of had to do a little fangirl at the end. I was just man, I love you so much, but I'm cool. And then on the way home, I was just truly that feeling that's I can't even explain it. I was just on cloud 9. And it was we got off at 3 a.m. and I got back home. I was that was the coolest thing I've ever done. And I think the stunt stuff is really exciting too. I can't explain the feeling. Even just booking one, it's just this explosive feeling. It makes you feel really good and excited about it. So definitely.
Yeah, I'm curious. What kind of stunt work are you attracted to, and what's in your repertoire?
So it's funny, as a girl, we get some of the silly stuff, just falling or riding in cars. I did get to do a fire stunt. I didn't get lit on fire or anything, but we were in the burning building, and that was really fun. I did a water one. Wasn't anything crazy. We just I ran at a girl and tackled her into the pool, and then we had to do a weird fight underwater, which that was really fun. I like heights. I've only ever got to do one high one for Scorch Trials, and we didn't even get to it. So, but I would love to do maybe just more anything wire work. I like being up in the air, but you don't really get to choose. And here, I'm just really happy to get anything. So.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And speaking of heights, and also kind of backtracking to Opus gifting you a hiking outfit, I also, through our independent research, know that what do you enjoy to do in your free time? I think is the best way to word the question.
Snowboarding, hiking, scuba diving, camping, backpacking. Basically anything.
You're an adventurer.
Adventurer.
Yep, she's like, take me outside. Take me somewhere cool.
Yes. I mean, basically all of it.
And when did was that kind of just like growing up? You've always kind of done all the.
No, snowboarding happened, I think, 2015. I just fell in love with it. I just happened to go. We actually didn't ski or snowboard as like a family. I grew up on a farm, so it was like very far from our area. But my dad always took us hiking, camping, and we're very like outdoors. Like that's where we played. So I think that's maybe where I just really like being outside.
Definitely. And I think too, kind of the common thread is like the physicality. So how does kind of art and your creative drive kind of marry with that like being in your body and physicality? Question mark.
What exactly do you mean?
Like, yeah, I didn't understand my question either. Yeah, I don't know, just like, especially being, you know, a stunt person, and kind of like, what is that balance like for you with like the athleticism and kind of being very much like in your body with also like, you know, creativity and like the creative aspect?
So I'm like a really big gym gal, so that part is just part of me, and so I think that ties into the stunt stuff because like I enjoy boxing, I enjoy like building muscle and being like quicker and faster, and you know, hopefully that'll transfer to something. I would say that probably doesn't transfer too much with casting. But yeah, no, I mean, one day I would die happy if I could do a snowboarding stunt.
Oh, that would be
That
so
would just
cool.
I've had 2 like opportunities, didn't get them, but just the fact that it popped up, that would be.
I think
That's
it's in your
gonna
future,
happen.
for sure, 100%.
I'm manifesting it.
That would be so cool. Yes, please. Everyone else manifest.
Coming from someone who was raised in Florida, so I didn't even see a mountain until I was 20. I'm gonna be honest.
Are you serious?
Well, actually, that might be a lie. I think I took a road trip up to like Virginia, and technically I was.
Those are
born in-
Virginia mountains.
Yeah,
I'm in
so it's
Colorado,
like,
so like
I never left. I was the first in my family to leave the East Coast. Maybe technically second, but that person's estranged. So as far as like the people that I know, and so what is snowboarding like? Because I've always wanted to try.
Never
it.
been.
I've never.
I just saw no.
Just like flying down a mountain, just cruising, and going through the trees is truly just it's like flow state. It is so fun. I can't even. It's exhilarating. It's just amazing. You should try it because it's really hard to explain to someone who hasn't experienced that feeling of like strapping in for the first time, like for the like season. It's just. Yeah,
No, I keep seeing it, and there was a group. I think that was what first got me intrigued. Was I had gotten my days on Eddington doing rigging electric, and the rigging electric guys were all like, "Yeah, I'm going up to Denver for something, and I'm gonna be doing the snowboarding there." And he's like, "Oh, heck yeah!" And so they had asked me if I'd ever been, and I was like, "I grew up in Florida, so I've failed at surfing, but I've never snowboarded."
It's not as similar to surfing as I personally.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not.
Like maybe wake surfing because you get the flow, but yeah, surfing's hard.
Surfing
I
is
enjoy
just so
it,
hard.
but no, I get very humbling.
I think surfing is harder than snowboarding for sure.
Oh yeah, you're just fighting the waves and you're fighting for your life.
Feels like you're fighting the entire ocean.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
and the upper body strength you have to have. Truly, yeah. Surfing's. I commend anyone that is really good at surfing and skateboarding.
Yeah, 100%.
They're not similar.
No, you'll stick with the snow.
Yeah, no, I'm like I like it to be something soft that I'm falling into,
It doesn't
not
feel like
concrete.
it wants to get me.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's so cool.
I guess tying back into somewhat creative, but also somewhat just your interests, like kind of going from the snowboarding over and melding them. I see the tattoo, but what are some of like your favorite horror movies
Favorites. Okay, this is always so hard because I have a good friend that we do horror movie nights almost every other week, and so I've seen them all.
Yeah.
A, B, C movies. I love a good psychological thriller with a solid storyline. One that I've recently seen that was really good is The Ugly Stepsister. It's kind of like The Substance. I don't know if you've seen The Substance.
I haven't, because I can't do horror, ironically enough. But I had a friend describe it to me in vivid detail, so I feel like I've seen it. So
Yes. It's like The Substance, but crazier. And also, it was, what was it, Norwegian? So it's subtitles,
Okay.
which most of those are bangers if you can get past the subtitles, like
That's true.
Japanese horror films.
yeah.
It was really good, like body horror, but not as crazy as The Substance. Really good story. Man, I could really go on about all the horror. I just recently saw the newest Conjuring. That one was
Nice. I've been meaning to see that one. My fiance is a huge horror movie buff, so I went to some of the previous Conjuring and movie, or I think the most recent one was it The Nun? Not The Nun. It was it was one that took place back, and it seemed like it was about the nun, but it was about the girl who was in the nunnery. I don't know. It was been
they all
last
kind of bleed
year.
together because
Yeah.
the nuns, I get those confused, and
Yeah.
Well,
But no, I'm
don't ask me.
definitely interested.
I wouldn't know. I have a horror movie that I think that maybe you haven't seen. It's called Come True.
no.
Take that, guys. No, I'm kidding. But so this movie gave me the worst nightmare of my life, and so I think you'd be interested.
Perfect.
So it was scored and I think produced by one of my favorite electronic artists called Pilot Priest, and it's kind of like dark synthwave, and that informs the general vibe of the movie, which is so cool, and so the score is just fantastic, and I think that it was initially his idea, but he reached out for another director, writer, whatever. But without giving too much away, essentially it follows this girl who is, separated from her family, get the idea that she's a runaway. She signs up for a sleep study, and strange things start happening. So I would classify it definitely as a slow burn psychological thriller. It's very eerie, but the cinematography is beautiful, and the score is beautiful, and it was really fucking scary. So at least for me. So you're probably gonna watch it and be like, what were they on about? But I would recommend.
Is it somewhere you can stream it?
Probably. I think. I don't remember where we streamed it, but yes, because we did initially. I'm pretty sure it might be on Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah, but just look it up, you'll find it. Plug for that movie too. So, yeah, show your fiance.
Yeah, now I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
Come True and The Ugly Stepsister.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
remember
Any other
those
X for us or the audience?
Yes. There's one called Grafted. It's I think it's also half subtitled. It's very good.
Okay.
It's a little bit body horror too.
Yeah.
But so good. I don't even know where I found it because I go this is how nerdy I am. I'll go on Facebook groups and stalk the comments.
Really?
Because they'll be give me a really good movie that gives me nightmares, or one that was a psychological thriller, and they just start these forums. It's almost like a form of Reddit.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've seen those on Reddit.
The best ones are in the comments because it's all these people who are huge fans of horror that take the time to write down their recs that I don't know, and I'll never meet these people, but I'm watching the movies.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yep. You see, you're taking notes over here.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay. Have you seen Together with Alison Brie and Tevin?
Yes.
Was it good?
It was. I do think the hype was a little bit more for me because it was good. It didn't really do it for me.
It didn't hit.
It wasn't scary. And it was just kind of, I love both of those actors.
They're so cool.
I don't know if this is a conspiracy theory, but I did hear that they ripped off that script. But
Yeah,
and there was a whole thing about it. I don't know the details and I don't know the exacts.
I will go into it, but I will start everything with the preface of this is all alleged. All right, the paperwork and the lawsuits are going, and they have their lawyers and their evidence. So I'm not going to say that they did, and I am not going to say that they didn't. All I'm going to say is that the side-by-side stills of the posters of specific scenes, and also apparently the girl in Together, this isn't the first time she's done this either. There was actually a previous, it was like some horse girl movie she had done. That one was also, this is allegedly, but that one also, there's just like, when you look at the stills and everything, and then the other piece that was really interesting that the accusing is bringing up is a year prior to filming, they allegedly had offered those two the roles for their movie, and they had turned it down and then went and made Together.
Now I'll have to deep dive it.
Yeah, deep dive it. All of it is alleged until proven otherwise.
I tried to find the original, and it's nowhere to be found. Like, I tried to stream the original so I could see, because I heard that one was really, really good. It's nowhere to be found. I don't know if it's because of the lawsuit or what, but
The epic conspiracy continues. Whoa!
Yeah.
Do some research. Drop what your findings in the comments.
yeah, somebody get us that movie to watch.
Oh my
Please,
gosh,
if you can.
so good.
Kind of as we're starting to round out, because we've got like a few minutes left, one of my favorite questions to always ask is whether it's a bullet point, a paragraph, one sentence, just what are some inspiring words that you have, or inspiring thoughts for any artist of any genre or industry trying to make it in their respective piece?
One of my favorites is rejection is redirection, which has been very true for me in my film career. And also, I think when things are kind of becoming hard is almost when you have a breakthrough. And that's why you shouldn't stop. And you shouldn't feel like you should give up, because half of the people who are successful went through hell to get there. You know?
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen overnight. And I think for any industry, it's the ones that don't give up and the ones that keep like persevering that truly do make it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because everyone else will fall away eventually.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And before we go, where can people find you or keep up with your work? Socials, websites, anything that you want to drop?
IMDb that's where all the stuff is that I would do. And then, yeah, my Instagram is Forever FitVic.
Love it. So
Doesn't fit a lot of my things anymore, but it's all intertwined.
it works. It absolutely it is. And do you have any projects coming up?
Yes.
You don't have to talk about them.
Yeah,
Probably
yes.
you're not allowed to, but
Yes. We do.
Cool. So follow socials and wait for it.
Eyes out.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning into another episode of the Creative Podcast. Once again, my name is Tevin Brown.
And I'm Simone Campbell.
And I would like to thank our phenomenal producers who do so much for us, DanGil and Lidia. I would also like to thank Studio 519 for letting us film here, as well as I would like to thank you guys for always tuning in every week. On YouTube, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, you can also now find the Creatives Podcast on other places, including Studio 519 themselves, which is Channel 27, and Catharsis Media, Channel 96, as well as RM Entertainment, that's RME Free TV, that you can find on Apple TV and your digital devices. Please have a great night, stay safe, and be blessed.
Bye, guys.